When he passes and gets his badge, you're going to share a cab, or he's going to get his own one?
No, I work too many hours.
Taxi! Thank you for supporting Wizan. Please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell for any future videos. Phil, welcome back. I mean, you've come back today with that. You know, you have a new nickname. They call you Mr. 970. It has caused quite an uproar. I mean, I was just reading some new comments as well, and there's some guys who have been in the business quite a long time, drivers 25, 30 years in the business, and they can't imagine ever that's possible. So they're out and out calling you a lunatic and other things that are quite worse and abusive, but we'll live with that. You can take that. It says water for ducks back for you, innit?
Yeah, I get comments all the time, bad comments. I never get no good ones, but I get bad ones.
You do get lots of good ones.
That was a one-off. I've never got nowhere near that at any other time. The most I'm earning at the minute, it's probably about 500-600 quid a night.
Yeah. So they're actually going to say that's also thingy, because he spoke about people earning £400 a day. One guy I just read about is commenting, and he was upset about people earning £400 a day. So
nah, that's doable. Even just during the days, if you don't work nights, 400 is doable just during the days. But you got to remember, I'm working the day shift, I'm working the early evening shift, and I'm working right into midnight.
Yeah.
So, you know, so
you're doing a long day.
You're doing like 3 shifts of what normal people do. If they're going out for 4 or 5 hours, they're calling that a day's work. Yeah. If that's what they want to do, that's fine. But I didn't do the knowledge to go out and work for 4 hours to earn 200 quid. You know, my idea of doing the knowledge was to eat it as hard as I can for maybe 10 years and then not get on the head. That's it.
You have the dream of buying the house down in Cornwall, don't you, as well?
Well, that's it, yeah. But I'm probably going to get that within a couple of years, 2-3 years.
Hopefully.
Because I'm going to buy one from auction. It's not going to be, it's going to be an auction plot.
Yeah.
So, I'm in the building trade, so there's no need to buy one all refurbished. I need to refurbish myself.
This is not why you came here today, though, is it? Because you've come here today, you pointed out something to me that was quite interesting, and before you came, I did a little bit of research. But there is a very annoying, maybe even, it kind of sounds illegal to me, technical problem with the EV charging.
Well, we got I would say a serious problem with the charging of electric vehicles, especially if you don't charge at home. I have got the facilities to charge at home. I can plug it in. I haven't got a power bank at home like most people have, but I can plug it in at home. I've got a drive and all the rest of it, but I don't normally plug it in at home.
So what happens when you go out and you plug in on an SO garage where they've got a charger?
So normally I come into London via the A13, so that's where I did stop on the A13, opposite Sainsbury's. So there's 2 charging stations there. They're owned by ESB. And it was actually the 13th of October last month. I stopped there and gone through the procedure to start the machine to charge the vehicle.
So you plugged it in, tapped your card.
You tap your card, plug it in and all the rest of it. So I went back to sit in the cab, then it wasn't charging. So basically went back to the charge machine.
Sorry, Phil, to interrupt you. How do you know it's not charging?
So basically it's gone up 2%,
and
that's it, it's cut out. The machine's not charging, there's no noise coming out of the machine, nothing, it's just dead. So I've gone back to the machine, it's flashing up an error. It did give an error code, but by the time I took the phone out to take a photo, the error code's gone from the machine. So anyway, I followed the process on the machine keypad, so now I've got to reset the machine again to restart the process of charging, which I did. So I've reset it again. It's gone up another few percent, and then it's basically cut out again. At this time, I'm waiting beside the machine now. So on the 3rd attempt, it actually did give me a full charge. Well, I've charged it to, I think it was 85%. Yeah. So I charged it to 85%, stopped the charge, pulled the plug out, and drove off and went to work. On that evening, I checked my bank account. A bank account, there was several payments taken out by ESB. Yeah, so I wondering why it was happened, why I've got several payments taken out with only one charge. So then looked further into it, realised that now obviously every time you plug that into your vehicle, you authorise them to take a payment, and then once it gets a full charge, they refund the outstanding balance of the the payment that they're taking out, which
on a singular charge. So
on a single charge, I think they take £30 out. If you do it by credit card, which I did, not credit card, I done it by debit card. First of all, I didn't have the app, so there is an app you can use. So I used the debit card. So I tapped the debit card, and I think it authorises on the debit card. It authorises £30 for them to take out. That's before you start the charge. So if it breaks down halfway through, they've still got your 30 quid. When you start another charge, like I did 3 times, they take £30 every time. So anyway, I phones up ESB. They explained that they're fully aware that they've took the £30 times 3, and the remaining will be refunded. They said that they will refund it immediately, but my bank, with going through the bank system, it will take several days before it shows up on my bank account. So I thought, that's fair enough, not a problem. So I left it a few days, no refund. So I phoned ESB again. They said, they realise there's a problem, and now there will be a refund, but they can't say when the refund's going to happen because they believe there's a problem with my bank. They've tried to refund it, but my bank has not accepted the payment back. That's the excuse they've given me. So anyway, got off the phone to them, phoned up Barclays now. So Barclays have checked and they've said that there's been no attempt by ESB to pay the payment back. So I got straight back on the phone to ESB again, explained to them exactly what's happened. The bank hasn't had no attempt to pay any money back. So now I've decided I'm going to download the app because now I want to make a complaint, and I'm going to do it through the app to make a trace to make sure that I've got a trace of what's going on. So I downloaded the app. That was the advice of the customer services by ESB themselves, to download the app, and this problem won't occur apparently with using the app. It only occurs when you're using your debit card.
So if you had used the app in the first place, you shouldn't have had this problem.
I shouldn't have had this problem. This is what they're saying.
Okay, but you don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know whether that's true or not because I've only used the app twice since downloading it.
Is this the only time it's happened on this one particular day?
It has, yeah. It only happened to me because I didn't used to charge it.
Yep.
I've only just started charging the vehicle.
Well, once you told me about this particular problem, I went online and had a little Google of the problem, and then there's on YouTube, there are not taxi drivers, but the general public who are all charging their vehicles having exactly the same problem. And one guy has had £300 debited with the failing of the charging of the vehicle.
So this is what I mentioned to ESB, that if someone is unfortunate, they haven't got a lot of money in their bank account, and they'll
be overdrawn.
They'll be overdrawn and be defaulted, and it could go on their, their credit record or whatever, how far the default goes down the line. If they get, if they've got payments coming out that they can't afford that month, they're going to get defaulted, and it's going to go on their, their record as being a bad payer.
Best case of the worst case is going to be the unauthorised overdraft. They'd have an unauthorised overdraft, therefore they'll incur charges on that unauthorised overdraft.
Yeah, so they're going to lose out either way. So anyway, I downloaded the app and I went through the procedure, thinking that I'm going to get the money back. It's not going to be a problem. And I've tried to email them several times. They haven't replied back to the email. They will answer the phone call and take a phone call without a problem, and they will explain to you on the phone that they know there's a problem. They know that this problem is outstanding. They know that they owe you money, but they've got no idea of when the money's going to be paid back, or who's going to pay it back, or when it's going to be paid back. They have no idea. Yeah. So I thought, well, this massive company like ESB, this can't be right. So anyway, because they didn't reply back to no emails, they're only willing to take a phone call.
Oh, which is
the previous time I phoned, the last time I phoned up, I explained before explaining to them anything, I explained that I was going to record them. He didn't like that at all.
But they're recording you, surely?
Possibly, but they didn't like being recorded. But I told him I was going to record him anyway, regardless, for my own records, and if I need to make emails or whatever in the future, I can go back with the recording and say exactly, exactly what I've told them. So he said to me on the phone that if I record him, I won't be able to use it against him because he's not authorising for him to be recorded. So I said, that's fine, but I'm still recording her anyway. So Anyway, the reason why I recorded him is because this case now has gone as far as my MP's got involved.
You like getting your MP involved, don't you, in cases? I have noticed it. In your,
There's a
your
reason.
MP
There
must
is
be
a
driving
reason
you
to it. Yeah.
Right.
So basically, I've got a couple of friends in Parliament.
Ah, okay.
So
Keir
basically-
Starmer's your best mate.
No, nothing to do with him. But I've got a couple of friends in Parliament, and that's what your MP's there for, isn't he? He's there to resolve problems that you can't resolve.
Yeah, not everyday problems, Phil, for everybody.
No, but it's the cheapest way to do it. If you're going to go down the route of taking people to court to recover a small amount of money, why not use your MP? And a letter from your MP is enforced the problem, and they will resolve the problem, hopefully. But as to yet, the MP hasn't resolved the problem. So I've done an email to the MP as well to keep a trace of that, because I'd imagine I'm going to go down the route of Ofcom and the Ombudsman.
Yeah.
That's how far it's going to probably go before the small claims court. Because even though it's only £72, the money isn't the actual main problem. The main problem is that I've got electric taxi now that I can't charge because of this charging problem. Because I've explained to the MP that I need to charge this cab for the long hours that I'm doing. I need to charge it twice a day. Now, if I'm having multiple problems per week with charging it, it's going to be a right mess, because each claim that you make against ESB that it's gone wrong, you have to keep a log of emails and times and dates and passwords and references.
Yep.
I can't be doing that on a daily basis. That's madness. So basically, I've decided I'm not going to charge the vehicle no more. So now I'm in a situation that I've got an electric cab that I can't charge. So this is the problem we're in.
You were charging it twice a day. How long? A charge is not quick.
No, it takes about 45 minutes.
45 minutes
to
for
get
charge.
full
So you were
charge.
stopping. What was that? Your lunch? Was you counting that as lunch as well?
No, I drive it. I'll charge it before going into work. So I will
Yep.
charge it before going into work, and then maybe about 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, I will charge it again.
Right.
I'd have a rest while I'm charging it.
Yeah.
So
So you're driving on electric all the time.
I was charging on electric all the time until this problem occurred. But the problem with the MP is she's come across. I spoke to her last Wednesday on the telephone, and she's emailed them and emailed to ESB, and she spoke to ESB on the phone as well, because they haven't replied back to her email either. Exactly what they've done to me. They talked to her on the phone.
Yeah.
But now they've decided, they've realised it's the MP that's phoning. They've decided they're not going to talk to the MP regarding this matter, because they're not the person with the problem. Even though that I've authorised in writing to ESB that the MP, and I've notified LTDA.
Yeah.
So I've authorised for LTDA to talk to them on my behalf and the MP. ESB has decided they're not going to talk to no one apart from me regarding this matter. So anyway, they've got the email stating that I want my MP to deal with it. I'm not going to deal with them direct. I want my MP to deal with it. My MP has given them 2 weeks to sort the problem out. They've told me and they've told me and my MP that they've sent me an email stating that there will be a refund, but they don't know when. I haven't had that email. I've explained to my MP I haven't had no email back from ESB, so the matter's still outstanding. I'm not able to charge the electric vehicle that is recommended by TfL and the government.
Yeah.
So,
I foresee there's obviously...
we're in a situation where I've got a problem. Even once I get because I will get the refund back. You know, if they don't reply back to the MP, I will take the matter further to the Ofcom. I will take the matter to the Energy Ombudsman, and then the small claims court. I can't lose.
Well, there is an ultimate scam that could be going on, which is if I'm doing this to 1,000 people, I've got a lot of money coming in. I've got
exactly.
£100,000 or £200,000. There's money sitting in my bank.
And if you hold that for a certain amount of time,
then you're
making interest on that.
Yes, I may even be loaning it to myself. I may even be using that money to pay something that I didn't have money for.
Exactly.
So it becomes a utility.
Well, I've actually said to the local MP that this, because they admitted to me that they actually know this is happening. ESB has admitted it, that they know it's happening. So if they know it's happening and they don't know how to return the money or not willing to return the money, that's a criminal offence. So I've put it to my MP that they're the crooks, basically. They're thieving our money. You know, what they're doing with it, they're taking it and not refunding it, even though they know there's a problem. So in doing that, basically it's theft.
Do you think it's happening across the board on other charging format platforms or just this particular platform?
I haven't checked with others, but they're all the same process of starting the charge.
Yeah.
You've got to download the app or you've got to use your card. So I'd imagine they're exactly the same. I did check on other websites to see whether other people have got this problem, and it's not an isolated case. There is loads of people that's lost money that can't get their money back, having the same problem. So it's you know, we have a serious problem. And I don't know how it's going to be sorted out, but I'm not going to leave it. I'm not the sort of person who's just going to forget about it, because, like I said, now I've got a vehicle, I can't charge. What am I going to do with it?
Yeah.
And, you know, TfL and the government are planning on getting rid of the hybrid, you know, cab and turning it full electric. This is the problem we're going to be dealing with.
Right, yeah. I mean, the infrastructure doesn't seem to be there fully and working properly at the moment. But we don't know what the next cab's going to be at the moment, do we? But it is speculated to be fully electric or maybe a hybrid.
Yeah. And then we're going to have a serious problem.
I bet there's going to be other people that have had the same problem. So hopefully they can put in the comments about that. You're still working very hard. And also on some better news, your son has just got his wreck. He hasn't done his suburbs yet, has he?
No, he's halfway. He's drove half of them. He's
Yep.
halfway through them. He's... I think he's waiting for the information pack from TfL to fill in, so he hasn't even got that at the moment.
Right, okay.
He's only just passed last week, so...
Okay. When he passes and gets his badge, you're going to share a cab or he's going to get his own one?
No, I work too many hours.
Would you be thinking of buying a cab soon or are you going to carry on renting?
Oh, dang. There's so many problems with these cabs. There's some real... if the new cab come on the market, I want to buy one.
Yeah.
I'm not a person to rent. I'm not. At the moment, I'm renting. I don't like renting. I'd rather buy one. But the problem with the cabs and the parts, I've got minor problems with this cab that I rent.
Yeah.
I've taken it back to the main dealers. They can't fix it because they haven't got the parts in stock. China are not sending any parts. We haven't got no parts in the country on the shelf. So we've got problems. We've got cabs that are breaking down. We can't fix them. So if I buy one, if you read the small print about buying a cab, basically if it breaks down and they haven't got the part, well, you're stuffed. It's not them who's stuffed. You're stuffed.
Ah.
So you've got to just wait until that part comes in stock.
Okay, you say read the small print. You've got a copy of that? Can you send me the small print? So
Well, we can download it and you can look at it. Yeah, but the problem is with the cab is if something goes wrong with it, so something in the gearbox breaks, for instance, and they can't get the part because the part is obsolete or China's not sending the part here. Well, that's not their problem. That's your problem, basically. You've bought a cab that's broke down. That's your problem. We can't do nothing about it. So,
do electric cabs have gearboxes?
I don't know what they have in there, to be honest. Well, there's something in there. It goes backwards and forwards. I don't know. That's all I know. But there's problems with them, and to be honest, I don't know what to do.
It's good that you brought up this issue with the cabs, the charging situation. It is an interesting thing, and it made me look at it. So it's obviously big within the industry. Really glad that Reggie has finally got his rec and he's going to get his badge hopefully very soon. I'm glad you're thick-skinned and taking the cab trade abuse that comes with basically saying anything publicly in this industry. So you've stuck up to that. Mr. 970, you're going to be known as. Your nickname will stick, I imagine.
Well, hopefully I can conquer that and get it up to $1,000. or over. So as I told you earlier, I've got a mate who actually earns more than me. So
yes,
it is doable.
Yeah.
It is doable.
Well, yeah, but you do need to point out, and there is some other issues.
we're not working a 6-hour shift.
No, you're not working a 6-hour shift. You're pretty much doing a 24-hour shift.
we're working 15 hours or so. So
Yeah.
we're doing a long shift.
Yeah.
But there again, so are Uber drivers, isn't they? They're doing long shifts.
Yes, they're doing as long as they can
They're doing a
get
very
out.
long shift.
Yeah.
And you don't hear them moaning like black cab drivers. That's the problem. I've looked on their sites and you don't hear them moaning. All they moan about is the way that their app is working, the jobs that they're getting. I don't hear them complaining about their trade.
No. Well, there was something else you showed me. I mean, you did have last week something like close on £2,600 in 1 week on app jobs. How much of the 2,600 is what you took, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's what you got. So of that, What did the app companies take?
So I think I just looked at it, didn't I? So that was for 6 days.
Yeah.
So I don't normally work Mondays. So that was for 6 days. On one app alone, FreeNow, I took 3,000. I think it was £3,040.
Right.
They took their
400 and so pounds.
They deducted down, and I ended up with £2,563. I think it was.
Right.
Yeah, so they deducted down. But as I've said on the podcast, that they do take 18%. I'm happy to pay 18%.
Yep.
I think the work that you get from the app is work that you're not going to get in the street. Things have changed since obviously you was driving a cab.
Yeah, I still drive a cab, by the way. Don't
Yeah, I haven't seen you. You keep on telling us these stories, Dean, but I haven't seen you out there yet. You're probably that little old man sitting behind the steering wheel with his eye than what you are. You know, you're lower than the steering wheel, looking through the steering wheel to see the road. But as I say, I do like the FreeNow app. I mean. You know, I don't care about paying the 18%.
Yeah.
I don't normally pay the 18% because the amount of bonuses I get from them, it works out probably about 10% that I pay.
Yeah.
So I do get a lot of bonuses.
Let's point out something about the apps, which is you don't have to use them.
No.
Nobody has to use them.
Exactly.
So you can use them or not use them. You said something to me when we were having a coffee earlier that I thought was really interesting. I hadn't seen it this way. But you said it's very much like a games console kind of strategy, and you get a little bit addicted to trying to win the game in a sense. Your fastest finger, getting the fares, waiting for the ping. So you got a little bit involved in that.
I don't play computer games, but lots of young kids do. So I'd imagine that a lot of young kids that's coming through the cab trade, I'd imagine they're going to get the same experience that I've got using the app. It's quite addictive. It is very addictive, to be fair.
Yeah.
You know, you got the app on the dashboard and it's pinging off. You're seeing £80 flash up there. You're trying to press it before someone else gets the job, and you know, you're trying to get to the job to pick the job up before they cancel. It's very addictive. And then as soon as you're about to drop off, another one pings up before you even drop off. You've still got the passenger in the back, and another job's pinging up. So you haven't even got time to think about switching your light on to pick up off the road because you've already got another job. You've just dropped one off for £80, and another £40 one's coming through. And then you get a little one for like £6 or £8. I'll take them. I don't care. I just take everything that's available. I take it.
So on that basis, when you've done the 6 days, which was basically $3,000, and they took their commission, what did you take on the street on that week?
Yeah,
and other apps?
I ended up taking. I think it was about 350 off a Get as well. That same week, and then I ended up getting a few off the streets.
Right. So you are mainly hardcore working the apps.
Yeah, mainly. Yeah. But obviously, if the app's not working, I'd pick up off the street. Or sometimes you don't get time to pick up off the app because as soon as you drop off, if you're dropping off in Piccadilly or somewhere, you know, in a busy place, someone's getting out you've just picked up off the app, and someone jumps in without even asking. They're sitting on your back seat and they want to go somewhere before the passengers even got out. You know, it is as quick as that. People are getting out and in as quick as that. So you are picking up off the street, even though you're not putting your light on. You know, you haven't got time to put your light on. You pull up and someone gets out and someone gets in.
So what would be the question for me then is, would you earn exactly the same amount of money? Would you earn more money if you was or wasn't on the app?
Well, one of me mates who's been a cab driver for 20 odd years, he does work the app, but he mainly works the road, so he works the light more. Mm-hmm. I think we roughly earn. Sometimes we earn about the same sort of money. Sometimes I earn a little bit more, but mostly he earns more than me.
Right.
So whether that's to do with
he's doing more street work, he might be earning more than you, and he doesn't pay commission.
Maybe, but I think possibly. I've only just passed. I'm learning where to pick jobs. Although he tells me where to go when I haven't got no work, where to pick jobs up. The main thing about obviously being a cab driver is knowing where to pick the work up.
There is a learning curve, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, even once you've done all the knowledge, and you can be the best knowledge student in the world and still go out there and get no work. It's you know, if you don't know where to pick work up, you're pretty stuffed. But you do learn it pretty quick.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. He knows where to pick work up when it's dead out. And I mean, I've never been really in a situation where I need to phone him and find out where to get work, because there's always work out there. Yeah. It may go a bit slower, but I say we go out with a target. Me and my mate, we have a chat before we go out, on the phone, and we set a target of what we expected to earn. To be honest, I don't expect to earn nothing. If I go out and I took 100 quid one night, it's a really bad night. So be it. It's 100 quid. Even if I had to work 10 hours for 100 quid, I don't really care, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I know the following day I'm going to go out and go earn 600-700 quid. So it's all ifs and buts in it. It's like your luck of the draw.
Yeah. Well, because you're new as well, we all start off when we first do the job of finding a strategy. So very often it's I'm going to do an 8-hour shift, or I'm going to go out and take £500, or I'm just going to go out until I get tired. We all work to different patterns, and we find the pattern that works for us. I mean, I basically go out and I come straight back home again. That's my strategy. Phil, it's always lovely to talk to you. Thank you for making people aware. Let's see if there's people aware of this situation with the electric chargers that are coming on. You're already a living legend in the trade for so many reasons, inside and outside.
No doubt I'm going to be rammed off the road and all sorts. So
we have to be careful of that. We did have young Ben talking about getting his private number plate, and we had to point out to him that we don't want to be tagged in this business. If you're driving a big, bright, Larry cab with a number plate that's private and you get seen or you get accused of doing something like nicking a fare, you become a marked man.
There's always someone out there who wants to put you down, and if they can't find anything, it'll be the number plate, won't it? It'll be the colour of your cab, or it'll be the stickers on your cab,
and
or
your badge number.
Or your badge number. That's the main one, won't it? It'll be your badge number. I don't give a monkey's what badge number I've got, to be honest. If I was driving a cab for another 10 years and got a new badge number, it's brand new, I don't really care.
Well, let me tell my short story about the badge number recently, because I lost my identifiers and I did want to go to work, and I can't go to work till I've got my identifiers. I can go anywhere, but other drivers will get the where I've got no identifiers in. So I sent an email to TfL explaining to them my name, my badge number, my address, telling them I need replacement identifiers. It took 2 weeks for them to come back. They had the wrong name at the top of the letter saying my name was Mr. Sheridan. They said that they can't find me, but from the email I've sent, they found Mr. Sheridan. But they said they're not able to search for me under my badge number. They need my license number. Took 2 weeks for that to happen, so that would be 2 weeks lost work if I'm working hardcore. So I've emailed them back with my license number now, hoping to get my replacement identifiers. But I won't be surprised it takes another 2 months for them to reply. So it seems to be a little bit chaotic up there for the admin side. So I can't actually go to work at the moment with no identifiers. That's my whole reason for not working at the present time, coming up to the nice Christmas rush.
Yeah, well, your number's probably prehistoric, isn't it? It's before they put it on the system.
I'm not that old.
It's before they put it on the system. They haven't got no trace of it, because it was like pen and paper. The pen and paper's faded and they can't find your number no more.
But it does seem strange that they can't search for me by my badge number.
Yeah, it seems a bit strange.
That's very strange. Phil, thank you for coming in.
I did actually see a guy in Colts the other day.
Yeah.
His number was 21. So
not just 21 something.
21 something. Yeah,
it would have been 21,509 or whatever.
So he was a legend, that guy. Without that. 1976, he said he passed, and he said that wasn't the badge number that he had was a bit above that one, but at that stage you could go down there and pick another badge. Yeah, and he picked an older one.
Yeah, I think that seems a bit old. Yeah. So yeah, you used to be able to. There are the stories of putting your hand in a bucket, taking the.
That's what he said. Yeah, he said it was a bag. He said, "You put your hand in the bag, you pick a lucky dip out."
So that
he said he kept putting them back in and picking up, and that was the one he picked out. 2-1, whatever it was.
And they've stopped all that, which is strange, because also stopped the fact that you can't take your father's badge, for example. You may have a cab user's father, and you can take his badge. They've stopped that. But if you think that if you're a 50,000 badge, you would be in this business already over 30 years. So 50,000 goes back 30 years plus.
Right, yeah.
So if you're a 40,000, that's going to go back about 40 years. It used to be about 1,000 badges a year at that time. So 30,000 is going to take you back 50 years. You have to be a very old man. I mean, you've got to be in your 70s.
He was old. He was, I'd imagine, 70, 80.
Yeah, once you get to the 20,000 badge.
Yeah, he was about 70, 80. The badge was different to our
You're into 70 years ago. Yeah. It has to be 100.
But he did say that's not his original badge. He said he picked it out of the bag.
There are a few. I did see an enormously low badge once, and I should have asked him how he got it. But it was a 3-digit badge. Right, I don't see them anymore. He's obviously retired himself. But to have a 3-digit badge, you had to have had it passed down. You couldn't have been driving from a 3-digit badge number.
Yeah.
Anyway, Phil, look, it's been a lovely little podcast. It's just another nice little 30 minutes. It's always good to have you back. And I know you're turning into a little regular now. I want to call you Mr. In-Between. Do you watch Mr. In-Between?
Whatever you want, Dean.
Mr. In-Between on
People
on
select me up
Disney,
all
I
the
think
time.
it is.
I don't really care.
Or you can check out little clips on YouTube. But Mr. In-Between is a little bit of a... he looks like you. You remind me of him. He keeps clumping people as well, which you ain't done yet.
No,
I know you're capable of clumping people.
I ain't going to do that, Dean. You know
Thanks,
me.
Phil,
You
for
know
coming.
me.
All right, I'll see you soon on another podcast soon.